Hello, welcome back. So I thought I would jump in on this little tag by feeding my soul. I think she brought it back alive. It's been out there, the "What's on my desk" tag. So I just decided that I'm just gonna show my tarot room. This is my tarot room. This used to be, if you've seen previous videos of mine, this used to be my witchy room, and the walls were much darker. This whole room has been redone from top to bottom, flooring and all. And I just wanted a clear, bright space for my office, my product, and a place for where I read tarot. My witchy room is my bedroom, so I'm not going to be showing that today, but I'm going to start, well, let's start over here at my desk. So that usually wouldn't be on, but I'm getting ready to do some filming, so it is on. So this is where I read tarot. This is my tarot desk. I change this out often, the mats. I have so many, and I just got done tidying up in here and stuff today, so I figured what better of a time. I think her name's Angel at Feeding My Soul. I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologize. She said to kind of do it without, a cleanup or anything, but this is how I stay. I have to have everything in its place. Even my witchcraft altar is very tidy, but that room is much darker, a more darker aesthetic. So here is where I do the readings. And over here you'll see the things you don't see on camera. Here's my microphone, a plant, back there some crystals. Here's my pendulum. I have a couple, but that is my go-to pendulum. Here we have Trish decks that I grab for the most when I'm doing readings, my lighter to light candles, my phone that I use to take pictures for like my thumbnails and whatnot, and the phone in my hand is an extra phone that I use for doing videos. So here we have all of my spheres and my little bits and baubles and crystals and points and all the things that just make me feel happy over here. Of course, my bell. You usually won't hear me use that, but before a reading, I sit in my space. I say my, my protections and whatever. I have my spirit shaker. Over here, just a couple of little cards that came in the boxes of my Trish decks a couple days ago. I've got them all. She always sends these cute little cards, and they're nice little affirmations, so I keep them there. My jar of tea light candles that I always use for my readings here. Up here, I just have a couple of tarot books that I absolutely love, except this one. That's for sale, was for sale on my website. I no longer support that publisher, creator, or anything, but we ain't going to go into that. A couple decks that I like here. Well, my angel number deck. This is a candle I bring down for spirit. I don't know why it keeps going dark. My numbers for pick a card readings. Another little thing here with some pendulums in it. Sorry about that, guys. And up here, I have another stack of Trish James decks. They were all down here, but I recently moved this over so that I could do the what is it, picture-in-picture readings. So I needed, as much as I can't stand the bulk of it, I've made it look, you know, somewhat presentable. Then in this little middle shelf here is just simple stuff. My bracelets that I'll put on for readings most of the time. A little bit of Palo Santo. I love brooches. So they're everywhere. My Cleanse and Clear candle, I make these myself. My Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck, I'm still using the Litha. The Litha one, so she sits up there, whichever one I'm currently using, and that's my card for the week. Again, another brooch. Back there we've got a big, oh goodness, one of the most popular crystals ever, and I can't even think of the name of it, but you guys will know. Labradorite. And so now I knock everything all over. But usually I'll pull one of those each week. Usually they would be on my witchcraft altar, but this week they just ended up being in here. Over here I have some salt to absorb negativity. If you know, you know. My little guys, I've had these little fellas for ages, for years. I love them. My Intuit Tarot, because I use this for love readings, for Scorpio readings. Well, I'm going to be anyways. Angelite crystal cluster, I believe. My little Buddha guy, I've had him forever. He's had his head knocked off, glued back on, I don't know how many times. Another little wand. Another brooch. A little elephant with the head up, or trunk up. Oops. And here are my charms. I used to read them or use them daily. I haven't reached for them in a while. Someday I hope to get back at it. Then, so this is where I read tarot. Very comfortable and cozy. Usually I will have the window open and fresh breeze coming through. Over here is my desk. This is where I'm at. If I'm not sleeping, I'm here, or I'm in this room doing something. So this is my desk. I have fallen in love with, I just did a flip through of it on my channel the other day, Shadowscapes Tarot. And then this Straight Talking Tarot, I've been playing with that all day. That's my regular phone. One of my favorite candles, Strawberry Pound Cake. Over here, tarot deck, couple oracles. And I'll sit here when I first get up in the day. And I like to, most days, I'll pull a card. Just some stuff down there. My remotes, just a pretty little thing here. Up here is, this is all sale stuff for sale that I sell at the market. Necklaces, pendulum boards, all things I sell. These are my little hand balls, whatever you call them, stress balls. Here is some of my product, my candles that I make, massage lotion candles, body butter bars, lotion dots. Those are my personal candles that I make for my reading spaces. Down here I've got more product. I've got the joint relief massage oil, beard oil, anti-aging serum, cuticle and nail growth serum, ultimate hair growth serum, sage and cleanse bundles, lip butter that I make, eyelash growth, and of course I have just started these. I just started these not too long ago. The oils, the No More Cramps, Anxiety Be Gone, the No More Headaches, and the Sleepy Time. So those are all sale things. Then we come up here, just some personal stuff up here. Well, not personal, just things that I have that I've collected over the years. And then I have my tarot shelves with all of my decks. I used to have hundreds more, but I've sold so many. So we go down here on the shelves. And there's my best friend, my black cat. Then we come up again over here. There's my beautiful sister that passed away. Very much still here with me. Pendulums up there. They also go to the market, but I set them up there just so they look pretty. This beautiful jug my hubby bought me from a witchy vendor. I love it. I wanted to put it on my witchcraft altar, but there just wasn't enough room. There are my tarot tiles. I had this made, Intuitive Whispers. I wanted it to be in my reading space, but you can never see it because it's see-through. One of my favorite candles, and was my favorite, my sister's favorite scent was like the pine. We love the smell of pine. So down here we have more tarot. In here I have my Jamie Sawyer. I don't know if yes, I think I've shown them. These are like buttons. I've never used them, but they are the Sawyer Redux. By Jamie Sawyer. And isn't the bag just awesome? It's just RWS, but still. So yes, here's some more favorite decks here that I haven't touched in forever and a day. This one, Llewellyn, I have. But I definitely like to dig this one back out. Got 2 copies there of that. I never use it. Down here again, more of my favorites. 2 versions of the Elemental Wisdom. Of course, we have Light Seers. This deck I thought I was gonna love. There's 2 more copies. One's not even open. I have serious problem. Down here, this is my crystal vase, and I can't remember the name of it, the name of the crystal, but we have a crystal shop on our street now, which could be very dangerous for my wallet. These my daughter Joelle got for me, so I use the little flameless candles so that my room, and I use them in my sacred spaces to keep those spaces alive. Here is my goodie box. Okay. These are all extra copies of Trish James decks. And I'm not done. I'm going to be going back in and grabbing, yeah. If you watched me do a video of the Case Clarifier Tarot, her newest one, I have an extra one. The Personal Predictions, still in its wrap. Now I have all of these, an open of each, but I've got 2 of her signature. These just sold out. This one didn't come sealed, but that's the Connections. Extra copy of the Astro. And of course, the Investigation deck. I definitely have to get another copy of this because I just could not imagine life without that one. And then I have another extra copy of the Predictions, or that's World Predictions. And she sent me some extra cards that go in one of those, but they're not the right, they don't, for me, they're not the same size. And I also have her little No Yes deck that just disappeared off her website as well. So those are my backups, so that maybe I'll never end up having to open them. If not, they will go to my daughter. My daughter gets everything I have. Down here, some more decks. Over here, we got more decks and fairies and candles, and my card of the year is Strength. More decks, my horseshoe, and just storage space. Over here I have this shelf. It's just extra space because, like I said, I've sold so much, and I've went from little is more. I mean, this room used to be tables or altars all the way around, and no more. I couldn't stand it anymore. I was too overwhelmed. This area, I really didn't know what to do with. I had my little thing with the drawers in it with all my journaling papers and stuff in it. And then I had this, so I just put it over there and kind of using it as like a little greenery nature area. This spider plant was my sister's. When she passed away, it was left in our apartment, and nobody cared for it. And I'm not a green thumb, but it was all wilted away, and I said, no way. And she has had babies since, and this is one of them over here. So one of my biggest goals in life is to keep that plant alive. But we've got a little fairy in there, some little fairy stuff here, a little burn plate, Persephone, Mother Earth, Archangel Michael, and just some things there. I have my little witch lady down there. I love her. I don't know where to put her. Just a simple little crescent moon thing with some crystals in it here. I did not want to go and pound all kinds of holes in the walls in here. Everything's been fixed. That is my family. Myself, Zach, Tyler, my two sons, Joe, my husband, and Joelle there. I had that made around Christmas time. Over here, there had already been, I had put a little nail in the wall. So I just put some witches' bells there. My little TV, sometimes I'll sit here and I'll watch something. Most of the time I will play some nice meditation music on there. My fireplace that I absolutely adore. My little tree spirit. And then we have a big, gosh, I can't say dragon's blood. What is it there, Crystal? I can't remember the name of it. Bloodstone, maybe? That statue, I feel, is my sister and myself. Over there are my Trish James tarot reading mats, which I usually always have on. I switch them out. Each one comes with 3 of them in there. One sold out. The purples are still on her site, but I usually switch them out. But today I felt like going different, so I went different. So yeah, that is my little spot, my little space. I love that this room is very light and bright during the daytime with the windows open. The sun shines in to where I used to have it very, very dark in here. And it was very much my darker aesthetic, and I had to snap out of that. Over here too, I got this little shelf with a bunch of random decks on it, and my Trish James boxes. I could not throw them away. They were so pretty. She got new packaging, so I'm going to use them for something. I just couldn't throw them away. They're too pretty, but, so that is this is my little space. Eventually I may hang something, but as of right now, I feel comfortable like it is. It's not over cluttered, but there is where I read the tarot. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. And tag me if you do this, because I love watching videos like this. I love, love, love them. Take care. Until the next one, be blessed.